What is NomadRadio?
NomadRadio is a project to try and deliver interactive radio education classes to rural villages. We're starting with Afghanistan because I spent a year there last year working as a research assistant and ethnographer for the Army.
What's the $100 prototype of NomadRadio that gets this idea in front of users before a full pilot rollout?
Well, we're actually designing NomadRadio to be as low cost as possible because the goal is to be able to create a toolkit that communities can identify and use for their needs and actually replicate for a very low cost. So we are using our own materials, laptops to record the lessons in English and Pashtun for the local dialect, and we're burning them on CDs. We're going to use cartoons printed out with our own desktop printers and ship it out to radio stations in Afghanistan. So that will cost less than $50.
Are you more in love with your problem or solution? If radio turned out to be an ineffective vehicle for solving this problem, what would you do?
So we're in love with both our problem and solution, or we wouldn't be spending all of our time trying to get this off the ground. But the problem is one which I've encountered in various communities all of my life, which is, the gap in opportunity between communities that have access to resources, whether it's great schools, great teachers, learning centers, etc., versus those which are isolated or trapped in cycles of poverty, social malaise, other issues which inhibit people from reaching their full potential. So the problem is one which I've seen in Mexico, I've seen in rural Virginia where my family lives, I've seen in Afghanistan, but Afghanistan was one where the constraints were so significant. I mean, these communities they're not going to see broadband internet or bricks and mortar schools anytime soon. Understand that problem and then work with tools that they have available. And one of those tools is radio.